listen, I don't know if I'm ever gonna post this, but if I do, hi, I'm Beth and I run a Bookstagram account called Bookshelf. I'm also just super passionate about like self-care and slow living, and I kind of want to create a space on the internet that captures these things. If you're looking for like cozy, realistic, like messy, normal content about a busy person who manages to read and take care of themselves, and you feel like you need that like motivation or like friendship or whatever, like that's what I hope to be here for. So I'm thinking the title of this video will be a week in my life as a busy mom who reads. I'm not gonna show my child or anything like that because I don't personally believe that like children should be on the internet. So this is just gonna be kind of like my life around that, and I'll like talk about like how I'm squeezing things in, but yeah, you won't see like mom content. Yeah, I just wanted to start with like what I'm doing today in terms of reading. So it's a Tuesday, random Tuesday, 6th of June, and I'm writing for work. I'm writing a blog post about book recommendations for 9-year-olds. And as I'm like researching, I'm finding all these books that I like so desperately want to read. And one of them is called Refugee by Alan Gratz, and it's about these like 3 refugee children, Joseph, Isabel, and Mahmoud, who are all escaping different threats in different decades. So 1930s, 1990s, and then like the 2010s. It just sounds so poignant, and it's like marketed at like 9 to 12-year-olds, but a lot of the reviews are like parents or like adults being like, this is a book that everybody should really read. So I've added that to my TBR. Now, the thing about me is I'll add books to my TBR and never read them. I also love like watching movie trailers and then like never watching the movie. So this is why I want to like share the books that I'm finding, because I do want to desperately read that, but like I have 300 books in my house that I've never read, and I have 4,900 books on my digital TBR that I want to read. So the chances are I'll never get to these books, but I still want to share. Another book that I discovered is called The Swifts, A Dictionary of Scoundrels, and it sounds like it's perfect for fans of Lemony Snicket, which was my favorite author as a child. So this book is about a family that will like, when they have a baby, they like open the dictionary to a random page and like touch a word and name their child that, and then they hope that their child will be like the word that they've chosen. So you have like Phenomena and Vile and Felicity, and then you have Shenanigan, who is like the main character of the book, and they're like trying to find this like hidden treasure during like a family reunion, and there's like murder and mystery and like fatal board games, and like it just sounds so me. I really want to read this one. I think I'm gonna add it to like my urgent TBR, which is like a book of a list of like 300 books that I like desperately need. Again, once a year I'll get something from it, because like I say, I have so many books in my house that I haven't read. These are 2 books that I've just discovered that I'm like, I need to tell somebody about these. They sound so good. I'll also share them on my Instagram, where I like post daily about books. Yeah, welcome. If you're watching this, if I've uploaded it, welcome. Last night, I think, I finished reading The Yellow Wallpaper on the Kindle, and I immediately ordered it because I needed to close read this book. On the Kindle, I was like, yeah, enjoyed it, but I need to like write down my thoughts and like analyze each line, and I just can't do that on the Kindle. So I ordered it, and I ordered a copy that also comes with the novella called Herland, which is about a female-only society. 3 men find it, and it's like the most peaceful, like utopian society ever, and they have to question how their own corrupted, male-dominated world can survive. So that is what I've just bought. I'm going to read The Yellow Wallpaper again like really soon. I don't know when I'll get to Herland, but it definitely sounds like something I will really enjoy. I've never read Charlotte Perkins Gilman before, and I really like her, and I think that she'll be one of these authors that I kind of dip in and out of, because she's kind of like a groundbreaking feminist for like the time that she was writing. That is what I loved most about studying English lit at uni, was just like reading about these like feminist authors, even like the male ones, and like how they had these like fresh perceptions of femininity and the patriarchy and sexism like long before it was like normal and like not taboo to talk about it. So I think I'll really enjoy this one. One way I always try and squeeze in reading as a busy parent is to read on my Kindle before I go to bed. I just recently got the Kindle, and it's like the best thing ever, because I can just like read a few pages before I fall asleep and I don't disturb my husband. It's 8:30. My son is still sleeping. He does not normally sleep in this late, but this week his sleep schedule's been a bit later just because of like the summer evenings, and we were out for dinner last night. So he's been sleeping in a little bit later, which has been really nice. Anyway, I woke up at 6:30, and normally this is when my brain would be like, oh, reading time, like at least 20 minutes of reading time, because he's not awake and you're awake and you have this time to yourself. But I was just so tired, and I was like, I need to just like not use my brain. I played a little bit of Dreamlight Valley and watched YouTube, and it was really nice. And I think it's just important as a reader to not pressure yourself to read, because then you lose the enjoyment of it. And if I had forced myself to read even like for 20 minutes, I would have just been the whole time thinking like, I don't actually want to be doing this, and I wouldn't have taken anything in from my book. Also, my writing goal this week was to write every single day, and yesterday was the first day that I didn't do it just because I was like go all day. I'm trying to like not feel bad about it and just like get back on track today, because just because I lost one day of my goal doesn't mean that I should like punish myself by like just giving up. So today I will do even 10 minutes of writing and 10 minutes of reading at some point in my day. Last night, even though yesterday was so busy, I did manage to read. I squeezed in 6 pages. And even if you read for 10 minutes a day, you will finish a book at some point. So busy people that want to read, you can squeeze it in, even if it's like 5 minutes. If you have 5 minutes for scrolling on your phone, you'll have 5 minutes for reading. It's Friday and I'm taking time to read. I'm still reading The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. It is nearly home time for my son, so I'm just squeezing in some reading time while I'm waiting for him to come home. His dad is picking him up from grandparents, and this is how I squeeze in reading time. I try and be like super productive in like my working hours so that I can have like maybe 30 minutes at the end of my working day or like on my lunch break or whatever to read. So I just took my lunch. This morning I was just doing like admin and emails and like tidying up around the house, and then I did some writing. That's kind of like my week as a reader, between mothering and working. I work at home for myself, so I can choose my schedule, which I know is like such a privilege. But I suppose if I was working like a normal 9-to-5 job, I would do a lot of audiobooks or read on a train or a bus or however I got to work. So these are all tips for squeezing in reading time if you feel like you need that encouragement. Another thing that I found really helpful before I had kids was to start reading, squeeze my reading time in just after I finished work, like before I started to make dinner, because I still had lots of energy then. And it also meant like once dinner was made and eaten, I had like the whole evening to just do whatever I wanted, which was maybe going to the gym, lol, remember those days, or seeing friends, or like watching a movie, or going out with my husband or whatever. This was only like Tuesday to Friday, so I might continue this video over the weekend, just bring you along with like daily life stuff. I love long form content on YouTube. Like give me a 20-30 minute video any day. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep filming and maybe I'll get from Tuesday to Tuesday, but this was my working week. Let's just dive into the weekend and see what it brings. I have a very busy weekend this weekend, so I don't think I'm gonna finish this, but my goal is to finish this by next Monday, because then we're starting Happy Place for my book club, which I'm so excited about. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. Yesterday, my son had like a great nap, like slept into a decent time. Did I read? No, I did not. I played Dreamlight Valley, and I kept up to date with some YouTube scandals and things like that, and I needed it because I was so tired. The heat has been crazy, and it's only about to get worse. Yesterday it was like 25, no clouds, so humid. This week it's gonna be like 27, insane humidity. Like we had a thunderstorm last night, and that doesn't happen in Scotland. And again, today it's like nearly 9 o'clock. He's still asleep, he's still in bed. I think he's just waking up. Have I read? I've been awake since like 7:30. Have I read? No. I've been looking at my phone and just like chilling. And I think when my body automatically does that, it's because I need it. So I'm trying to like not make myself feel bad. But I also don't have like any time today to just like sit and read. I'll have time tonight, like once he's down. So I'll probably get into bed at like 9 tonight, pick up my book and then still end up on Dreamlight Valley. The new update just came out, so like, to be fair, I have an excuse. I'm gonna take my book out right now, but I don't know if he's gonna like stand up and wake up and stuff like that. I take my book out right now because I am in a reading mood all of a sudden, and see if I can even read like a chapter, a couple pages, something. I don't know. I literally sat down, opened my book, and then he woke up. So no reading for me. I got my hair done and I feel very fabulous. Okay, I'm gonna end the video here. It is now Tuesday, so it's been a full week and I've just read like another whole like section of The Way I Used to Be. I'm not loving it. Like honestly, I'm like 75% in. If you asked me how long has passed since I've read so far, I would have been like, I don't know, 5-6 months. Turns out 3 years have passed since the start of the book. So it's just all off. The pacing is really not good. The dialogue is so bad. Like, it's just so bad. Nothing is really happening. There's like this major event that happens at the beginning of the book and then nothing much really happens. There's a lot of like just little mini plot holes that are really annoying me. It doesn't feel like it's been like solidly edited, but I will finish it because I'm nearly done and it's an easy read and I do want to know what happens. It's obviously like a very serious book with serious themes, and I'm curious to know how the author does handle it because she's not really set herself up for success at the stage that I'm at in the book. Besides that, I've also read maybe like 15% of Magnolia Parks and I'm absolutely hating it. There's so many characters and the plot is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever read. It's like these two people that are in love. They used to date, they used to be in love, and now they're not together, but they're still in love and they do everything they can every night to make sure that they can like share a bed. And like even when they're dating other people, they like make sure they date people that like aren't jealous about them like sharing a bed. It's just the weirdest dynamic ever. And I know that the book is kind of like known for being like weird and problematic, but like, wow, it's just really dumb. So I'm gonna give it to maybe 20% if I'm not like into the drama of it, because I thought it would be like problematic but enjoyable, but it's just problematic and boring. If I'm not like getting into the drama, I'm just gonna DNF it. Thank you so much for watching. This was my week as a busy mom who reads. I think it's so important to still do your hobbies when you're a parent and make time for yourself and just prioritize self-care, because when we recharge as parents, we can be better parents. I didn't really finish any book this week. I finished a short story and obviously read quite a lot of The Way I Used to Be. I don't tend to typically finish books every single week, and like that's okay. It's okay if you don't read loads. It's okay if you don't finish a book every few days or every week or every 2 weeks. It's okay. Like, you're still gonna get through your books. Like, there are some days I read nothing. There are some days I read 6 pages. There are some days I read 80 pages, and it all counts. It all counts towards my reading goal. And like, same if you have a different hobby, every little thing you do will count towards your overall goal. Make sure parents, busy people, anybody that has another big like life priority, make sure you take time for yourself. That's the biggest lesson that I have learned in the last 2 years. If you watched this, thank you so much. It genuinely means so much to me. I don't know what my plan is with this new hobby, but I just feel like I have so much I want to say about like books and cozy living and slow living and parenting. If that interests you at all, please subscribe and feel free to follow me on Instagram and like let me know your thoughts or comment below or just like introduce yourself and yeah, just stick around. Okay, I'm gonna try and read some more of this. See you in the next video.